Yep.
Happy
Halloween.
Tuesday.
Too late.
And Halloween is on
And
a
it's
Tuesday.
not a Tuesday anyways. We're recording on a Friday
It is Friday.
because we're in studio. If you're not watching and you're just listening, we're actually in person, face to face instead of on Zoom.
But Halloween
So,
is on a Tuesday this year.
It is. But it's not going to drop on a Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
We got to do it beforehand so we can run
So-
the clips for a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people can see our fun costumes this year.
Yes.
Yes.
I am. If you guys aren't watching and you're just listening, I am Leonardo, the Ninja Turtle, and Deb is
I'm a doctor.
a doctor, which I know what you're all thinking. The same thing that I thought. Absolutely not. Because I know on this podcast we've talked a lot about how you're fascinated by how the body works, and that's why you're a PE teacher and all that stuff. But like the idea that someone, if I got hurt, and I knew you, and I saw you like on the operating table or you were working on me, I would be terrified. I'm like, well, I'm about to die.
I'd be terrified too. Part of my costume, and procrastination. I didn't plan very well. I was going to put fake blood all over this, and I was going to put some splattered blood on my face. But yes, life has other plans. So I just was like,
Sure.
I'm just a plain doctor today. But that is scary enough in and of itself.
That's 100% scary. Yeah, it would terrify me.
I would not trust myself.
No, absolutely not.
There's a reason why I didn't go to nursing school. I could have gone. I went the teacher route. I could have gone. Yeah, I feel like that public service area, like you're either a doctor or not doctor, like a nurse or a teacher. Yeah, I went this teacher route because.
Did you ever consider being a nurse or a doctor?
No. Blood makes me squeamish. Although, so
Yeah.
in college, with anatomy classes and stuff, at my college we didn't have enough money, I guess, at my school to dissect a cadaver.
Okay.
So we dissected cats, which was really creepy
Yeah.
and weird. But like even then I couldn't handle it. But I do have to say, you guys mentioned Grey's Anatomy when I walked out. Grey's Anatomy, I feel like got me like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like how you get used to like all the...
Oh, like desensitized?
Yeah, desensitized to blood and surgeries. Because like at first when I watched Grey's Anatomy and I watched that, I was just like... When I was like, I can't watch this. But the more you watch it, I'm just like, ooh, yeah, like cut into that, kidney. Like, this is great. Like,
This is great? Oh, that's interesting. Again, this is a Halloween episode, so this all makes sense because that sounded like something a murderer would say.
It's not
like,
a big deal. But...
Well, kind of. I mean, yeah, cutting that kidney.
It.
The way you said it was the problem.
I don't know why I said
Other people, it's like, yeah, that's really interesting. That's fascinating. Huh, interesting. Look at how this works and that works. Like, no, get in there. It was the way you lowered your voice. I didn't like, and I feel uncomfortable sitting next to you.
But yeah, no, I could never go in that nurse doctor field.
I couldn't either because I'm not smart enough. I know
that too.
Yeah, 100% for myself.
The science classes, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I think with kids now, I think some of those things like I still don't want to be around like puke. Stuff that still makes me sick to my stomach. But having kids, it changes things a little bit. And you get used to it a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm probably not as squeamish with that as I would have been. But yeah, as far as being a doctor, 100% I'm not smart enough.
No.
Like, even the thought of me going to school for being a doctor or anything like that, I'm like, they would know right away. Well, this guy's not going to make it.
Well, and just like the grueling schedule, all the schooling you have to do, all the residency you have to do, all the, again, I only know this because Grey's Anatomy, and all the the late night
So take all this with a grain of salt,
all
everybody.
the things. I don't know if this is what actually happens, but yeah, it just seems very excessive. You definitely have to be in it because that's something you care about doing. So
right. Can you imagine, because you're a certified massage therapist, if you were a doctor and somehow you managed to do that as well, it could kind of be a little bit of a scheme there. Like these people leaving your care as a physician, and it's like, if you're experiencing any, muscle issues or tightness, here's my card. It could be a real scam.
Here's my doctor card, and here's my
just start, as a doctor, just kind of tweak a couple things.
And a teacher, and at that point, people would. What's the movie Catch Me If You Can?
Yeah.
That guy. They're like, are you faking your credentials here?
That's a good point.
Just
That's a good
printing out
point.
my diplomas and stuff.
I think that's a good point. Mm-hmm. They might think
it's a lot of hats to wear, and it's a lot of schooling.
Yeah. Well, if you were doing that, good for you.
Yeah.
Because you fooled a lot of people.
Yeah.
For a while.
And look, you could just get scrubs on Amazon.
That's true. See, you know what? If that did happen, you know how upset I would be? I'd be like, dang, she's not going to be at the podcast next week. This sucks. I got to find a new co-host. I would be really upset at you.
If I were a doctor?
No, if you're a doctor, you probably wouldn't be on this podcast. If you were a doctor, this podcast is clearly not smart enough for you to waste your time being a part of.
Because I can talk
You'd be
about
like Dr.
doctor
Drew.
stuff. Dr. Drew?
Dr. Drew. You know Dr. Drew?
I don't.
I don't know. He's done a ton of stuff,
Yeah.
but he's like
I think so.
He's connected to all these stand-up comics now, so he's
okay,
on.
yeah.
You'll see him on all these ridiculous podcasts where he's answering their crazy medical questions, but like he is a legit doctor.
See?
So
I could have some knowledge. I can be useful.
yeah, but I'm not gonna ask you any questions like that. When have I ever asked you a medical question?
Our audience can, which we have questions today about our topic. I am excited.
Our audience, shout out to Nick, also known as @daddyinggreatly on Instagram. He's the only one that gave us questions. My wife also gave me a question.
I
It
got
was like a
questions.
pity question. Rachel's like, "Did you get any questions?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Here you go." She kind of just tossed it out there like, "I'm sorry." So, oh, look at my. Sorry, don't mind me.
His costume's falling apart.
It's falling apart.
What is that?
It's a elbow. It's an elbow guard
Oh, is that?
when I'm fighting crime.
I love Ninja Turtles. I never got into watching all of them. Like
That sounds
so.
like you didn't love them then, did you?
I did.
I'm sorry. That's a contradictory statement. You didn't love them. Like I loved them a lot. Huge fan.
They're cute.
Don't know their names.
But
Do you know their names?
Leonardo.
Okay, that's me. Sure.
Yeah, no, you got.
Yeah, case closed. I love the turtles so much. I only know one of their names.
You just gotta give me a second. No, I don't know. I forgot.
Okay. Yeah, no, I could tell. I knew that was gonna be the outcome, and here we are. So, anyways, we were doing a Halloween episode. We did this
Happy
last
Halloween.
year. It was a lot of fun. Dressing up. Last year I was Mario. You were a mermaid.
No, it was a unicorn.
Sure. Yeah, it was. But you called it.
Yeah.
Did you call it like a unicorn?
I called
mermaid?
it a mermaid unicorn. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, you're right.
You're right.
It's
Okay,
like
so
scale it.
my mistake. It was a unicorn that had mermaid scales, and yeah. No, I really struggled to find a costume. Like I was trying to think of something creative. I was not coming up with anything. So here I am as a turtle, which is very exciting because I loved turtles growing up, but not what I was planning. And I did ask, or actually, my wife asked our daughters what they thought, and at one point they said a mud monster, and at one point they thought a scarecrow, and then the one that I considered, I just didn't have time to do it. I did look, was a fairy princess.
Oh my god.
And unfortunately, it's hard to find a fairy princess costume in my size.
Would have loved that.
I think it would have been really funny.
Great.
And then here's the problem: there were a couple options, but they were like the slutty fairy princess. You know what I mean? With like the leg slit that goes up to here. And it's like, did I really want to do that? Not really.
Yes.
I have my limits. You know what I mean? Like I'd have to put like fake boobs in, like the whole thing. My body
been
type did not
great.
fit it. For sure, sure.
I wouldn't. There's no way I would have been able to record. I'm sorry.
I
was
know.
just laughing.
I was trying to find the classy one. They didn't exist.
No, there's.
It's like there's a good chance if I would have worn this particular costume, I probably would have left this place pregnant. Because that's clearly the mission with these costumes. I'm like, nah, I don't think so. And I didn't want to bring shame onto into my wife. She's like, that's not what I was expecting. I'm like, well, I was looking for a fairy princess. This is all I had. You know, so.
So where did you already have that costume, or where'd you get it? Or did you have
Spirit
to-
Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Which
Nice.
I want to say, and I mean this is no disrespect, and I don't know if I said this last time, but as long as we do this podcast, as long as we do a Halloween episode, I'm probably going to say this forever because this is just how I feel about Halloween. Going into Halloween stores is so bizarre because, like I was telling Jordan, who's here as well, helping us out behind the camera, I was telling him last night, like if you go to like during Christmas time, you have families, everybody has like always like joy on their face. They're looking at lights, they're looking at decorations, they're, you know, doing all these fun Christmas activities. And it makes sense, right? Because it's like this joyful, hopefully for most people, a joyful time where they get to celebrate with family and friends. That makes sense. The weird thing is when you go to a Halloween store, you have that same joyful look on people's face, but like they're looking at like a cadaver, they're looking at like a severed head, they're looking at like blood and guts, like, oh, this is dope. Like it's just, you get the same joy, but for a very different reason, a very dark reason.
It's very strange.
It is strange. I don't know the
Yeah.
last time you've been into one of those stores, and they're very excited. Like, look, a chopped off pig's head. I'm like, what? I'm just trying to find either a fairy princess or a turtle. I almost thought about Batman, but you know. But yeah, they're just going to those stores are weird to me. And then you have like the noises that just make these shrieking, like shrieking sounds, and then it's a weird place.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't been into a Halloween store in a while, but
You're not missing much.
yeah, I go on Amazon. I got this on Amazon. I got my unicorn mermaid thing on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And also last year, separate from my unicorn outfit, I was also like a zombie. And that was a fun costume to make, and it was easy. My friends and I, we just went to Walmart and got giant, like just Hanes white T-shirts on the men's section, like XXXL, like
Sure.
huge. Ripped them up, but splattered some fake blood on it. Wore some leggings. Did our hair all crazy. Well, for me, normal. And so, makeup on.
wanna
So
say that.
it was fun.
Yeah.
But so that was a fun costume. But like, I just don't I don't go into a costume store and like buy costumes anymore.
Yeah, I did.
Clearly.
And again, no judgment to anybody who loves it. It's just, to me, it's weird. You know what I mean? Because
What's
there's
there's
a lot
this-
of blood and guts. Like I said, the blood and guts thing really throws me off because there's like a dead body.
yeah.
They're like, oh, we could put that in front of our house. Like, what?
What? Oh,
No,
God.
not at all. But people love it. I don't know if they love. That's part of it too. I don't really understand what the fascination with Halloween is. I don't know if it's because it's like, especially when you go to the Halloween stores, it's like all death. It's all death, murder, blood, guts. I mean, there's the one section that's like, for me, I'm over there looking at Ninja Turtles, Mario. There was one costume that was just a big penis. Yeah. It's just like the balls are the feet.
Shut up.
And the rest of them is just the
Oh, it
whole
was
body.
like the big
Yeah. And then their faces are right here at the head.
Where do you wear? You can't
Exactly.
walk around in that costume trick or treating with your kids.
That's what I'm saying. Where do you wear this thing?
Outside.
I mean,
You just clearly wear it out to a bar.
sure.
fun or
That's
something,
pretty much
or-
it. Yeah.
That would be funny.
They have some wild costumes, and I feel like it just barely. Yeah, and the couples' costumes get a little bit weird. I always thought. Yeah, Jordan's shaking his head. He knows. I always felt like the first time I really, like when I was younger, and I'm like, man, these couples' costumes are starting to push it a little bit. Is you had, because I like, they can say it's innocent. It's not innocent. They had the one where it's like the couple's costume and it's the light plug, or like the electrical plug. So one person's the outlet and the other person's
Oh.
the plug. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's interesting. Like, we know what's going on here. And then from there, it just gets worse and worse. Like, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that were pretty wild. Obviously, you have like the fun ones. Like, I know, a few years ago, like the Tiger King.
Yeah.
And was it Carol Baskins? I never watched it, but
Yeah.
it was Carol Baskins, right? Was
Yeah.
the other person?
Yeah.
You have stuff like that, but like some of them, it's like, this is definitely like hey, the kids are staying home. We're going to a Halloween party.
There's a lot of costumes like that out there. It's fun seeing. I think it's fun seeing the creative ways that people dress up. This is like the most simple. Like, and I'm wearing this to school on actual Halloween. My department and we were like,
nice.
what are we gonna be this year? Because we try to. The boys won't do it. They're lame. But the girl on the PE side, on the girl side, and like the dance
Coach won't
teachers-
do it.
No.
I know.
They're so
I figured he
lame.
wouldn't. I like
They're
Coach,
so
but I don't
boring.
know him. I've only had a couple conversations with him, but I figured he wouldn't.
They're so lame. They're like, we're not doing it. But anyway, so the girls are like, well, what are
He's
we
got
gonna
championships
be?
to win.
Yeah.
He's busy.
Exactly. Yeah. He can just walk around holding his trophy. So
He should.
no, the boys are like, we're gonna be PE teachers for Halloween. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's boring. So we try to find a cost-effective costume, and so one of my friends, she's like, let's just be doctors. Let's just order scrubs on Amazon. Let's order a stethoscope. We're like, boom, done. But for today, I was going to dress it up and put blood everywhere. And then I just, failed miserably at that, procrastinated. So
It was hard this year. I don't know why.
yeah,
Maybe it was busier.
I think it was, it
Yeah.
was busy, but
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a couple other ideas that I haven't. No, we'll see. Maybe
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah.
Oh, this fell down again.
next year will be better. But yeah, I have a lot of responses from Instagram and just in person, and like my friends texting me. They won't respond on my story, but they'll just text me. They're
Maybe.
like, here's a question. Here's a and of course I have the famous Kaylin answers of a lot of them, so I can rattle.
Sure,
those off.
perfect. Shout out to Kaylin for always coming through with the questions.
Like 1,000 of them.
Perfect. We'll take them for sure.
Yeah.
Do you? And I think I asked this last time. You don't like horror movies? Horror movies. Gotta be careful how I say that. Right?
Gotta enunciate.
Yeah. Horror movies.
Horror.
You like horror movies?
Horror movies. So I'm not a fan of like Mike Myers or
Sure.
like Friday the 13th or anything that's like too like chop the heads off, like bloody gory. Like I'm just like, and I live alone. I don't know. I just can't do it. I'm just like, I'm already
Sure.
like spooked sometimes, and so like I have a ghost that follows me. I'll explain later. I think I've talked about
Well, I
my
think-
ghost on this podcast
I think you should
before.
probably just go into that right now. I don't think you can say something like that and just walk past it. So you don't really horror movies, not your thing. Okay, me neither. We wrapped up that little segment.
I feel like I've said this. Maybe I've shared it many times just with people in general, but like, and it's not a big deal, and it's more so an inside joke for me. It's probably not a ghost, but I think it is anyway. I don't know if I shared it last year. I can't remember. I didn't go back and listen to our episode.
I can't remember. We've been
Anyway.
doing this for a while. It might have been a combine thing too.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, years ago when I was living in one of my old apartments, I was on my balcony and I lived on the 3rd floor, and my friend and I were just enjoying a glass of wine each on our stemless glasses, and we were done, and we just kind of put them like on the ledge of the balcony, right? And she had her dog on the balcony with us, and he's a Doberman, so he's able to like jump up and like put his paws like up on the balcony railing. So he did that, and in doing so, his paw like pushed my glass over the edge, and it went flying. And I kind of like winced and was just like, oh my God. And like, you know, just like waiting to hear like a crash or like break
glass,
something.
yeah.
And I didn't hear anything. And so I was, anyway, at the time I didn't notice it, but looking back, I'm like, well, of course I didn't hear anything because, okay. So then my friend's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll go down there and I'll go get it or clean it up or whatever. Sure. And I was like, I'll just go with you because it was dark out. So I go down there with her. So we have to go down the stairs, and where we thought it fell, she was like looking like in the bushes, like, you know, straight down from my balcony. And I was holding a flashlight for her, and she was trying to look for it. And there are some AC units right there as well. And so I was looking around, and then I looked, and my flashlight went right to my cup, and my cup was sitting perfectly on top of the AC unit from 3 stories.
Crazy.
It was weird, right? And so I tell the story, and they're like, well, that wasn't a glass cup probably. I'm like, no, yes, it's glass. And I still have it, and I show people. I'm like, here, is this glass? Is this not? They're like, yeah, it's a glass cup. I'm like, how did it not break? Is that weird? And I don't know. And so it was like sitting like this. Like if you're watching on YouTube, I'm just holding my Starbucks cup in my hand. Like this. It was just sitting on top of the AC unit. Empty. Anyway, so there was that. And then there was another incident, again, with I don't know if it was the same cup, but it was still like a wine glass cup. So there's a theme here, right? And so I was laying in bed at night watching TV, and I was on my laptop, and there's a nightstand next to me. And I remember closing my laptop and putting it on the ground, on the carpet next to me. And then I'm watching my TV straight ahead, and I remember putting my cup, just like not looking where I'm putting it, but just setting it next to me. And it's right there. I've many times have done that, right? So I do that, and I let go, and I feel it touch the table, and I, let go. I'm not joking. It, in dramatic fashion, went whoosh and like fell off, like thrown, like, and I had red wine in the cup. It looked like a murder scene. There was red wine all over my wall all of a sudden, and then all over the carpet. It was so dramatic. Like, it was weird.
Sounds pretty weird. And
then and I just remember looking at the wall and just being like, really? And just like looking around, and I'm like, what? And so I had to clean it up, and it was just, anyway, it's almost like you had to be there. And I'm like, am I going crazy? So there's something about that cup. I just say I have a ghost. And I'd like to joke and say it's my aunt who passed away years ago, and that would always joke around and with me.
Okay.
And is like a jokester.
Okay.
So that's where I'm like, I jokingly say it, but I'm like, I don't know. And then some other weird things happened in that apartment. So,
I'm gonna lean towards you're crazy, but that's just me. Can I ask you a question? How much wine was consumed before these things happened?
Okay, not.
I think it's a valid question, because if there's a lot of wine, I'm just saying.
Every time I've had wine,
was it just wine?
Yes.
Well,
to my knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. From what I can remember.
No, it was crazy. So anyway, that's my joke, and then,
but not really.
But not really. Yeah.
Okay.
Any weird
thing I hear?
Do
you talk to the ghost?
No. Any weird thing I hear if someone's in, I'm like, that's just my ghost. It's fine. And then there was another time in another old apartment where my last story, and then we'll move on. But in my laundry room, the laundry detergent, like the big container.
Sure.
It's like on the shelf, secured, safe up there. And I'm laying in bed, and I just hear a crash. And I'm just, okay.
Which is terrifying, right?
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
I just hear a crash. And then I like looking around, and I go in my lunchroom, and it's on the ground. So I don't know. Maybe weird things just happen sometimes, but.
But you think, Well, if it was a ghost.
So that's my ghost just playing pranks on me. So nothing's scary. I've never been scared. I've never been like, so it's not like a scary thing. It's just like these little things.
It's not like opening and like shutting doors and stuff like that.
Not yet, no.
Not yet. But it does make a mess. Just
yeah.
kind of like a sloppy ghost.
Yeah.
Dropping stuff,
Yeah,
throwing
I'm
stuff
like,
against
cool.
the wall,
Yeah.
dropping detergent.
I didn't drink that night either, so I know that's not what it was. And
Okay.
it wasn't wine, it was detergent.
You were drinking detergent? I'm just kidding. Okay, well, I'm not convinced that there wasn't alcohol involved in that one too.
So,
but
that's
whatever you want to say.
That's part of those are my ghost stories.
But I feel like you've said that a lot over the years. So some of your friends that when you say that, they're probably thinking at this point, like, she might be really thinking there's a ghost in
That's
here.
why no one wants to come over ever.
Is that it? So they're either afraid of the ghost or they think you're crazy and they don't want to be near you in your apartment.
Yeah.
All right.
Possibly.
All right.
Anyway.
But have you ever talked to your ghost?
No.
I don't think I believe you.
It's been a while. She hasn't. I say she hasn't done anything. She's kind of laid low.
You gave her a gender, so I feel like I feel like you have talked to this ghost. Well, because you said it was your aunt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's my aunt. And and just now.
What was your aunt's name?
Oh my god.
Well, this is embarrassing. Well, you just blanked on your aunt's name. How close were you guys?
We were very close.
Oh gosh. I'm very sorry to Deb's family.
No, I don't want to say her name.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Because I don't know if my cousins listen.
Jeez. Well, okay. Good save. If the cousins do listen, I don't know why she hesitated. She should have just said, "I don't want to say," but instead she's like,
"It's my Auntie Joyce." My Auntie Joyce. Okay, there we go. My Auntie Joyce.
All right. This has been a very. I think this is very awkward. I'm not sure what to do here.
Just stopped working.
That's why she would never be a doctor. It's like in the middle of surgery. What were we doing here?
Yeah, what did we do?
Brain, heart, I can't remember. I just cut it open. We'll figure it out.
That's her playing a joke on me just now.
Okay. I may have to look
That's
for
very
new.
cringe.
Anybody who's interested in doing a podcast with me, this may be the end of the road. We tried our best. It was a good run.
It's Friday. It's a long
Deb's
week.
broken. All right.
And what else is new?
I did have something.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me pull up my notes real quick.
I'll pull up my notes too.
This is we're gonna go with this question right now because these are some things I just found online. These are like icebreakers or just fun party questions.
Yeah.
And so this one says, if you're in a horror movie, you're in a horror movie. Are you the final girl, the first to die, the comic relief, the skeptic, the smart one, or the killer? Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, repeat the choices.
Okay. Are you the final girl, the first to die, the comic relief, the skeptic, the smart one, or the killer?
I mean, I'm either the first to die or the comic relief.
Yeah, I think that's pretty safe to say. Because let's go through it. I don't think the final girl. I'm not gonna lie. Like your athleticism, I think you can outrun whatever is chasing you. If they caught you on a Friday, you might be done.
Just now.
Yeah,
Just let my brain stop working.
Your best chance there would be to maybe fall asleep from the exhaustion of the week, and then they think you're dead.
I just need a reboot.
That might be it. It's like, oh, I already got her. She's got the blood on her scrubs.
I'm drinking coffee. That's the sad thing.
I don't want to say that, but yeah, you have a little coffee cup there. Okay, and so the first to die, I do think there's a very real possibility of that. There's not much else to say there. I think Jordan's nodding.
Nodding in agreement.
Yeah.
It's the red hair. I feel like they have some bias.
That's a good point.
Redheads.
They might, yeah.
That's true.
It is like a target, like a bullseye.
It's either a racial thing or the redheads go first.
I feel targeted.
You should be, because they're probably going to come after you first. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good call. The comic relief.
Or I'm the one
Makes
that
sense.
gets away at the end and everyone's like, how? How did she manage?
But you haven't been in the movie the whole time? You just like peek out of a closet,
Or
like, oh,
like
what
I'm
happened
always
here?
the one like the dumb one. Like not the dumb one, but like how? How is she escaping? How did she get like
It's like the lucky one where it's like you have to
Yeah.
like bend down to tie your shoe and like the axe comes
that literally would
just misses. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to address the smart one because I think you are smart. However, in the last 5 minutes, I am.
Question.
I don't know. That's coming from me, not a smart guy. So I'm just saying, I have some questions about that one.
Question my brain every day.
Yeah, that's good. You're an educator. Good for you. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know which one I would be. I'm not the smart one. I wouldn't be the killer.
That was a good question.
Maybe I'm the final girl. I don't know. The skeptic. Well, maybe I'm the skeptic, based on me being skeptical about your ghosts or you being crazy. So I might be more of the skeptical person. It's like, they're not like 5 people dead. I don't think there's a killer here. I don't think anything's happening.
You're the denial person.
I might be that person. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing's
So-
happening here.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So did you want to go through some of your
You
questions?
want to go back and forth?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Deb was asking. The other Deb was asking. She had 2 questions. When you were a kid, what was your dream costume? And do you like haunted houses?
So my dream costume, I think I was both. I think I've been a turtle before when I was younger, which I loved Ninja Turtles. I think I was Batman at one point. I love Batman. So I think I've gotten both dream costumes. I was a baseball playing gorilla. I think I mentioned that last time. I just had a gorilla suit and then put a baseball jersey over it. That was a lot of fun. I know I mentioned this last time. I dressed up as a woman, a hooker, basically. The attire said hooker. So that being said, I have dressed up in the slutty Halloween costume before. I don't know. I was so shy this time.
I was gonna say you have a theme going.
Yeah.
Hooker woman, fairy tale princess. Is that what you were trying to do?
A fairy princess. Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
disappointed.
I'm not gonna say anything else about that.
And do you like haunted houses?
Absolutely not. I think no. Heck no. Haunted houses. With horror movies, I don't understand the point of just going somewhere to be scared. Like, I don't like the idea of going into a place like knowing, hey, we're gonna try to terrify you and make your heart. Like, if I want my heart rate to go up, I'm gonna go for a run where it's peaceful outside, sunny. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go get chased by killer clowns and zombies and Freddy Krueger, Mike Myers. Not interested. So, and I feel like the problem is now, especially here, I feel like they have some like that Heartstoppers place
Yeah.
that you see ads for
Okay.
all the time. They've gotten really good at these places, and I'm good. I have no desire to go to a haunted house. So it's not my thing. Now, I think I said this before. I had a friend that had a birthday around Halloween, and every year for his birthday party, they just started bouncing between haunted houses. I'm like, this sucks. So I was going like, oh, here we go again. So yeah, not my thing, but that's me though. What are your answers to those
I don't.
questions?
Okay. Well, my dream costume as a kid.
Yes, a mermaid.
I mean Ariel. Duh.
Yeah, exactly.
I was Ariel when I was little. But I went through a phase where it's so funny because you're like, oh, I was a hooker woman. I went through a phase when I was in like middle school.
I actually were a hooker.
wanted to be a boy, like hat
Okay.
on backwards, like just want to wear boy clothes, like because they're way more comfier than girl clothes. But anyway,
True.
but
I do
probably,
know from experience now.
no.
Yeah.
But I am not a fan of haunted houses. I went to one. And I have a segment or a thing about a haunted house I'll talk to you about in a little bit that Kaylin suggested to look up. But I went to a Universal Studios a long time ago. I want to say
Ooh.
like 18 years ago. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Okay.
I think we
they
talked about
have
this last
like
time,
an
'cause
interactive one. Okay, yeah. I don't know what they do today or what they're allowed to do, or you got to sign a waiver or whatever, but they had people jump out at you. Like I had an umbrella and I was like swinging my umbrella at them. I was like, get away from me. Like I hated it. Absolutely hated it. I'm not a haunted house fan. I'm more interested in like not going inside of them, but like from a distance looking at like actual haunted houses. Like, oh, that house is supposed to be haunted. Like I'm more interested in like,
Okay.
oh, that's pretty cool. I don't want to go in a makeshift house and I'm waiting for like something to pop out or like something is supposed to happen. No.
Don't like it.
I'm cool off that.
I don't like it. I feel like part of my problem too is I don't like the idea of someone seeing my reaction and just getting excited about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I got that guy. You know, he screamed like a girl. I just don't like that idea. So, but yeah, I think I mentioned this last time too. The Universal Studios thing. Jordan and I actually went down there, and they closed the park early, and so we have to leave early so that the Halloween night can start. And again, not to be judgmental, but the people walking in, I'm like, it's like you people all love death. Like you just look at them, it's like you love murder, you love death, and you're very excited. And then you saw some of the decorations and the people that were getting set up. To your point, the people that would probably chase you and jump out at you. It's like, I'm glad we're leaving. This is not at all what I want to be a part of. This is wild.
Yeah, it's okay. Have you heard? So Kaylin, thanks Kaylin. One of her questions or I just told her just a statement. Give me something.
Men.
Men.
I pay attention. I know the last couple episodes.
She did not bring up men this
All
time.
right.
I was
trying to
waiting
get
for it.
All right.
I was waiting for something to be linked to the Salem witch trials and how it was just men trying to smoke out women or something, but she didn't.
Okay.
So anyway, she said, she's like, you got to look up McCamey Manor. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Okay.
Okay, so I looked it up, and this is from an article from the Tennessean. So it's in a town in Tennessee. It's basically a makeshift haunted house, and it says the experience is for 21 years and older, and that there's a screening process to be able to participate.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I guess there's like a waiver you sign.
You have to take like a blood pressure test.
Yeah, well, no, it says. Hold on, let me get to the. Okay, it says it offers. Okay, in previous interviews, this manor was called like a game and a quote survival horror boot camp experience that can last more than 10 hours at places around Summertown, Tennessee, and Huntsville, Alabama. And they offer up a nice price for those that quote beat the manor. If anyone has the tenacity to persevere and make it through the whole event, could win a $20,000 prize. But no one has made it yet. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I don't know. But hold on, it says.
Yeah, I would be interested to know why they can't make it because they have as much time as they want.
Okay, here is what you need to do before you can even get in. You have to be 21 and older, or 18 to 20 with parent approval. You have to complete a sports physical and have a doctor's letter stating that you are physically and mentally cleared.
Jeez.
And you have to pass a background check provided by them, the manor. Be screened via Facebook, FaceTime, or phone.
Wait, hold on. Screen via Facebook?
Like I don't know what that means.
I don't think I like that.
Face poke. I don't know.
Face poke?
What is that? I swear it says Facebook. I don't know if that's a typo or not.
I don't like this. Not even sure what that means.
Have proof of medical insurance. Sign a detailed 40-page waiver.
Sign an NDA.
Pass a portable drug test on the day of the show. Like, what are they doing? Okay, it says people who pass an initial screening and complete an on-site 40-page waiver must then endure a nighttime series of what McCamey calls epic stunts. Events can include having your eyes covered with duct tape, being submerged in water, buried in mud, or being hypnotized. Like, this is like an event, I guess. I'm cool.
I'm not. There's no way I'm doing that. Absolutely not.
Jordan,
can I
would
tell
you
you
do
this?
it?
No, that sounds like Fear Factor mixed with like an orgy.
I know. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, don't tell me that there's sex is not involved in this at some point. And I'm worried I'd be probed.
I swear, I don't know. And there's I guess there's some documentary on it now. I'll find the title for you
Called
if you
Saw?
want. It's called Saw.
That's what it sounds like. What are we doing?
I swear, I don't even.
Can I tell you though what
You guys can look
really
it up.
bothers me about that whole thing?
Okay, yeah.
The amount of work that you'd have to do this, that would actually make me more upset. You know how angry I'd be going into that house?
What?
Like, I'm ready to kill anything. Because I just had to do 3 weeks worth of paperwork to get here.
To get here, yeah.
I'd be so angry.
Okay, so it's on there. Okay, it says on October 12th. I'm sorry, I don't know what year this came out.
1945.
This year. So it's out. So it says on October 12th, the streaming service will air a documentary on McCamey Manor and the mastermind behind the Extreme Haunted House called "Monster Inside America's Most Extreme Haunted House." So it's on Hulu. It's like a whole documentary, I guess. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what is breaking people. If it's the physical part or if it's obviously the mental part's a big part of it. Are they just terrified?
It sounds like you're like physically tortured. Because they said submerge you in water. You are. And buried in mud and like, I don't know. I can't imagine what else.
It's like the worst version of the Mud Factor run.
I don't.
Or the Tough Mudder.
I'm cool. Waivers. It's probably like if you die, you can't sue. Like, I don't know. Like what? I don't know.
Yeah,
anyway.
pass.
So,
that's a very good
hard pass.
Good topic.
Yeah.
Caitlin.
Okay.
We appreciate that.
That's just one of them.
Yeah, but that's terrifying.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
No.
Yeah.
Even if I brought that up to my wife, she'd kill me before I had a chance to do it. She's like, no.
That sounds awful. That's like I would never, not even to win $20,000. No, it better be like $1 million if I were even to like consider that.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
If you did win the $1 million, would there be any of that money that come to this podcast?
Yeah.
No, there wouldn't. Nothing would change. we'd still have cheap mics. All right. It was a test, and you failed.
I said yes.
Yeah, but every time I ask you questions like that, you always like a hesitation ahead of time.
There's always a hesitation. I hesitated on saying my aunt's name.
I don't think that's called hesitation. I think that's called you forgot. Does your family listen to this? Does your sister listen?
I don't think so. They're not podcast people.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not. Some people, you run across people like that, right? They're just like, I just can't. All the time, because and I'll tell them about our podcast, and I'll say the podcast that I listen to, and they're
Sure.
just like, yeah, I'm just not a podcast person. I just can't listen. And
Now
I'm like,
that-
but you can listen on your drive. You can listen
Sure.
while you do things, and they're just like, I just can't. It's just too long. I'm like, you don't have to listen to all of it in once. I'm like I'm like trying to like convince them to
Now,
be podcast people.
Are you sure they're not just talking about ours specifically? Like I
mean,
can't do it.
They could be just dodging.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It's safer if you say like I don't do podcasts.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in podcasts.
Right.
But
Yeah.
really, what they're saying is like, there's no way I'm listening to Deb and that other guy. They don't even know my name. It's like that dude. Like no.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I have some friends and family that are just like they just don't listen to podcasts. I love obviously.
Thank you. I would hope so. You know, every once in a while, I do question, like why you're still here. You know what I mean?
I'm still here.
You're still here. We're probably not far off. I feel like it's just like one move here or one move there, and Deb's gone. And I'm still like, if this partnership breaks up, my bets are still on that I'm just not going to hear from you.
I'm just gonna ghost you.
Yeah. Yeah. I really do feel like that's the option, because if it's like, hey, I'm not interested in doing this anymore. Hey, I don't want to do this. Hey, like I hate your guts. Like there's all those options. I really think it's gonna be like, hey, you're gonna show up for the podcast, and then
And
just
just nothing.
silence. That's really my bet.
That's my out.
And then the next time I hear from you, you're living in, I don't know, Florida or
Florida.
I don't know, North Carolina,
I'm
wherever
going to
wherever
Europe.
Crystal
If I'm
Rose
moving, I'm
lives.
going to another country.
Oh, there you see there. Yeah, there you go. So that's my
could
bets
still-
are still on that,
We
but
could still Zoom in different time zones.
yeah, we could.
Yeah.
That would become a mess. It's hard enough when we're on the same time zone,
Yeah.
and then I could just see that becoming a nightmare.
Right.
All right,
Okay.
so
You got a question?
I do have a question.
Okay.
This one's simple. Are you afraid of clowns?
I'm indifferent to clowns. They don't scare me.
Okay.
I don't know.
Would you massage a clown?
No.
Okay. Would you get a massage by a clown?
No.
Yeah. See. Can you imagine? Like their big hands.
Can you? What if that's a thing?
Oh, I bet it is. Yeah. Go ahead. Look it up. I bet. Okay. Clown massages.
Clown massages.
What do you think? 100%.
Jordan thinks it's a thing. Okay.
I think, and I bet it's a decent size thing too. I bet people enjoy this idea of getting massaged by a clown.
Clown foot massage
Oh,
is
ooh.
coming out. Oh my god. Yeah, no, you guys don't want to know what I'm looking at right now. Oh my.
I have a pretty good idea. Go ahead, Deb. Do
No.
you have a description?
No, it just has a. There's like
let me see.
YouTube things pop up.
Oh.
So like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's not like articles. There's like they want to give me videos, and there's these scary ass clowns now that I'm looking at. I'm gonna have nightmares now.
All right.
Like not just like a Ronald McDonald, but like creepy.
Ronald McDonald's still creepy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So
I still eat his food, but he's creepy. The clown thing, yeah. I 100% believe that, because as many people as there are that are terrified of clowns, I believe there's just as many that love clowns and have some kind of weird obsession with getting massaged by a clown.
Jeez. Oh my
You know what I
god.
mean? But the foot massage thing would be I think even creepier.
Yeah.
They're honking their nose in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Honk.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Are
squirt you with water with a
are you-
little flower.
Did you watch the It movies?
No.
I watched. I don't remember. I don't know if I blocked it out, but I watched the newer one,
Okay.
and I don't. And like I'm literally trying to remember the contents, and I can't even remember. But maybe it was a while because it's been out for a while. The
Few years, I think.
The newish.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
a few years.
The modern day one or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I blocked it out, but
Yeah, it makes sense.
yeah,
that
clowns-
would be super funny if a clown rolled in for one of your appointments.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, you gotta go.
That would be like the one time you would ask the client to remove their clothes.
Yes. No,
Like,
we're not.
I'm not
doing
massaging you
clothes
in
on this one.
your onesie and your size
And-
25 shoes.
Yeah, but then they still have like all the the hair and the makeup. No.
That's true. And it would make a mess too, because their face would be down in the
Yeah.
pillow.
No.
And then when they leave, you still see the white ring of their makeup. It would be
Just
gross.
forever.
Well, that was one of
Yeah.
the things I saw too. They said one of the questions was, what would be the most terrifying thing that you could find in your bed, like in the middle of the night? Like if you woke up and there was this type of Halloween, I guess, monster.
Oh my god.
A clown would be terrifying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a zombie, sure, it'd be gross and terrifying, but like something about a clown, I just don't trust clowns.
Yeah.
I never have. They always freaked me out. And I remember you would see them at certain places, and I would, stand behind my parents, or I would go the long way to get away from the clown.
I wonder what made them. I wonder when I didn't research ahead of time. I did research on some things, but not that. I wonder what made them like a kid thing. Like, or like, was it always supposed to be like a cute, funny thing and then turn, like they kind of, obviously they twist it and turn it to be like,
Sure.
a clown with a knife and like all crazy. Like, I
So
wonder
they did
why
that
it's
with Winnie the Pooh.
appealing.
Have you seen that? Winnie the Pooh, they did a horror movie with Winnie
They
the Pooh.
did?
It was like
Oh,
2
I don't
years
wanna
ago.
watch that.
Huh?
I don't want to watch that.
See, I love Winnie the Pooh.
I know.
And so it made me sick. But yeah, no,
Aw.
I think it was a couple years ago, maybe 2 years ago, they, the rights to win, like the Winnie the Pooh story and characters went, I guess, public. I don't know what the exact phrasing or wording is, but so people could use it. And there was some person that's known for horror movies did.
Oh my god.
It's called like Blood and Honey.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know.
It's like a creepy, if you have to look it up, but it's like this like hillbilly looking Winnie the Pooh who's like,
Oh hell no.
where's honey?
Did you
And
see
then a
it?
piglet.
Jordan? Did you watch it?
I've seen the trailer.
Oh.
It's like if Winnie the Pooh was missing a few like chromosomes.
Yeah. yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like deep south. It's a
Oh.
weird, not
Oh
my thing.
God.
But yeah, so you're right though. Like they'll twist. That's the
Oh,
crazy thing about
man.
Halloween. It's like they just twist stuff that should just be fun, and like a clown, I don't think would ever be fun.
Oh no.
But that's kind of what happens in Halloween. They
Oh,
become
God.
freakier.
Oh man.
So, anyway,
Okay.
so yeah, I'm not afraid. I'm not a fan of clowns. Sounds like you aren't either.
I'm not a fan of clowns either. I mean, yeah, no. I mean, I just don't care for them. Yeah, no. Nothing. I don't know who likes clowns. Like if you really meet someone, I don't think anyone will say they like clowns. But people do like scary movies
Sure.
and like horror movies, so they'll be like, oh, I'll watch it.
Yeah, and I would say this: if you are someone who likes clowns, I'm immediately skeptical of you and your choice as a human being. Like I don't know about what's going on out there, but it would make me it's like, oh, I love clowns.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
let's scoot
no.
over a little bit from them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Create some space.
Oh
But-
no.
All right.
Okay.
What do you got next?
Okay, so my friend Tally, whom I also work with, she has a question. She had a good one. I had to look up an article about it. She said, in the 80s, she said, why were people like supposedly putting razors in candy, like during trick or treating, or like the whole so I looked it up, and it basically took me to the History Channel, like the website, like an article,
Sure.
and it's called "How Americans Became Convinced Their Halloween Candy Was Poisoned."
Yeah.
So it just kind of dates back all the way to like the 50s, where there was one case where someone was so it says in 1964, for example, a New York woman named Helen Feel, I don't know how to say that, was arrested for handing out things like ant poison and dog biscuits to kids. Some weird,
Those are
weird.
two very different things.
Okay, but no,
A
but
dog
then
biscuit will be like,
okay.
this
Well,
is
this one's
gross.
sad. Okay, so I guess in 1974, a Texas man named Ronald O'Brien gave cyanide-laced pixie sticks to 5 children, including his son, and the other children never
jeez.
ate the candy, but his 8-year-old son did and died. And so
Jeez.
I know, and so he kind of started like the, well, they're referencing the Candyman now in this article, but like, it's sad. This article's like
Sure.
morbid, but like,
Pretty dark.
I guess just there's been cases throughout, but I guess it's not so prevalent, but there have been cases where candy is poisoned on Halloween. So I couldn't really find anything about razor blades in particular. She was very interested in the razor blade thing, but I guess throughout, and then there's earlier in the article, sorry, I skipped over it. Where'd it go? Oh, in the 1980s, I guess there was a rash of Tylenol poisonings in which cyanide-laced acetaminophen was placed on store shelves and sold.
Geez.
And so the high-profile crime led to the introduction of child-proof containers and tough federal laws aimed at punishing those who tamper with drugs. And it says after the Tylenol murders, which are still unsolved, cool.
Jeez.
Warnings about adulterated Halloween candy increased. So it just, yeah. So there's just been little things, I guess, throughout the decades in like the 70s and 80s where candy was like poisoned. So maybe that's where
crazy.
that scare came from. I definitely remember growing up, my parents were always like, don't take anything homemade.
Yeah.
Make sure you open your candy before you eat it.
I think my parents checked our candy first.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
always that. And I mean, I guess that's fair. You're going to a stranger's house and they're giving you things. You don't know who they are.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I'll say this. I mean, I think that was something we heard growing up too, and why, like, because you know, your parents would check in. It's like, why are you guys checking our candy? And then they would
Yeah.
explain the razor blade thing and stuff like that. And I think, you know, you don't really think much of it when you're younger. And I'm not gonna lie, like now having kids, being a dad now, like it does, like you aren't as willing to be like, I'm sure it's fine. Like it changes things a little bit because there's more at risk, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's something that you could be catastrophic for your own life and the people that you love if not. So then it's like, even though you're like, I'm sure it's fine, there is that thing in your mind where like, I can't just be like, I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I get that a little bit more now.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, it's wild. And it is weird. The more you think about it, the trick-or-treating thing is kind of weird, right? Like you're just going to random houses. You might know the people in your neighborhood, but there's also like, I feel like growing up, there was also certain houses like, hey, we skip that house.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
just don't go to that one.
I'm not going on that one.
But it is a weird concept. I think especially now, just going to a random person's house, asking for something from them, candy.
Right.
You know, I don't think I've ever gone to a place where they gave any kind of like baked good or like cookie or apple. I know some people are talking about like they get like carrot sticks and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think I ever got that.
I feel like I've gotten like a homemade like Rice Krispie treat or something.
Okay,
Something
sure.
Like that,
Sure.
like wrapped up or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a lot of home baked goods or anything. But,
Yeah,
like,
not a ton of that.
Yeah. So I'm trying to look up because now I'm, of course, I'm like, how did trick or treating even start? Like what, like where did I know there's history there of like where that came from.
Sure.
I'm right now it says it just became a tradition of like being like disguising yourself. I looked it up a while ago and I can't.
It started off as like a bank robbery.
Yeah. Disguising yourself. Because Halloween is called All Hallows Eve or All Saints Day. Fast forward to when the Catholic Church was stealing this is from the Smithsonian Magazine. That's what
Continue.
I
know why they covered their face. Go ahead.
It says fast forward to when the Catholic Church was stealing everybody's holidays and trying to convert them.
So it's a
totally
weird way to go about things.
Well, it says they turned so it was like it started off as like a dress up party and then they turned the demon dress up party into All Hallows Eve, All Souls Day, or All Saints Day and had people dress up as saints, angels, and still a few demons. It's just so weird. I don't know.
This is the Priest idea?
It says trick or treating didn't it was there and then it stopped and then it reemerged in the 1920s and 1930s because of the war. I don't know. This article is so long. I'm not going to read all of it, but
Yeah.
it's just obviously there's history there, but today it's like a weird concept. I feel like people don't do it anymore.
Yeah, I feel like you have a lot more people that go to like the trunk or treats and things like that, or
just
even just like a Halloween party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very interesting.
It's a weird concept now that we think.
It's a very weird concept.
I remember roaming my neighborhood by myself with my friends when we were little, just knocking on doors without our parents. That's crazy to me to think about now.
Yeah, I think my parents were always with maybe a couple, except as I got older. When I dressed up like a hooker, they let me out. He's got to learn. Get out there. Go earn your candy. So yeah, that was probably one of the times I didn't go with them. But yeah, it was usually with some friends. And then, when I was younger, it would be with my parents and siblings and stuff like that. We'd go, but
Nice.
yeah, it is a weird concept.
Yeah,
You know
I don't know.
what I mean?
So that was Tally's question about the candy and all that, and so
Thank you, Tally, for that.
Yeah.
That was a very dark question. I gotta be honest with you, it's very dark. Why'd they put razor blades in there? Like, oh, wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, she likes to listen to a podcast called Morbid, which I've been listening to recently.
Did you like listening to our podcast?
Yeah,
Really?
I don't know.
That was. She's protecting her friend. Tally doesn't listen. All right. So
She likes listening. We don't talk about. She wants to hear about horror stories. She wants to hear about murders. So there you go, Tally.
okay,
There's a
sorry.
little bit of darkness.
This is probably not the right podcast from you then.
Yeah.
All right, so this one's from, like I said, dadding greatly, and I believe his name is Nick. His question was, and we got this one from Instagram. Thank you for being the one person that submitted a question. Why do we insist on carving pumpkins when it's so much easier to paint/color them? It's a good question. It is a good question because I feel like
Again, there's
paint
history
them.
there. I don't know.
That's okay.
Take me
We
too
don't-
long to research it, but
That's all right. We don't need to look
I
at the
want to
research.
know though now. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why do people carve?
I don't know. I mean, I understand because it's scooping out the pumpkin is one of the worst parts. Like,
Yeah.
when's the last time you carved a pumpkin?
Ugh. I can't remember.
It's not like a regular thing though.
No,
No.
I'm horrible at it.
What do you mean?
I'm awful.
Like you
Carving
can't?
pumpkins.
Yeah, like you can't, like physically can't do it, or you can't come up
I can
with like
physically
design?
do it, but yeah, the design, and then I end up like just, it's like the whole it's like a faceless pumpkin. I end up just, I can't do it.
What do you do though? Just like shapes?
Just like little shapes. Like, you know how people make like the crazy intricate like
Sure.
it's a cat on a fence or
Yeah.
like it's a witch. Yeah, no, I'm not your girl. I can't.
Oh, that part I was not even thinking. I thought it was like a simple triangle
Just-
face.
Yeah,
But
I
not
can
even
do the
that?
triangle face, but the mouth is always the mouth is just like a sort. I can't do.
See, I could see your pumpkin having like two eyes, half a nose, and then the knife stuck in still where the mouth was started, and
like,
then you just,
gave up.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Leave the knife, leave everything
Just
else.
don't
I'm
want to
good.
do it. I'm just not interested.
Yeah, it's tough. It is wild seeing some of those designs, like when you look
Mm-hmm.
at the pumpkins and you go online, and like, hey, 40 creative ideas.
Yeah,
People get pretty wild. It's like the technicality to it is pretty crazy.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I can't do it,
Yeah.
but I'm
Painting.
not bad at it.
Now today, like painting, cool. Like I'll paint probably a pumpkin. Carving, no. And I'm more likely to hurt myself.
Sure.
Yeah, I stabbed myself while trying to cut an avocado. So it's
Recently?
yes,
Okay.
the knife went not through my hand, but like into my hand. It was yes.
Did you get blood on the avocado?
I mean, there's blood everywhere. It was.
Oh, but it's always
It was one of those moments where like I had to sit down because I thought I was gonna pass out. Like
there was that much blood.
it.
Wait, let me see your hand.
It was.
Where is it?
Well, you can't see. You can't see it because I healed nicely. I swear, he looks at me like he doesn't believe me. I swear. I stabbed myself. It was one of those
do
things.
not believe you at all. This sounds like made up. Were you drinking?
No. This was in the morning.
That doesn't change my question at all. Like, I'm sorry. I didn't realize time of day mattered.
I have
So
good
you
healing
cut-
properties.
So you were drinking and you
It
cut your
went
hand
into
in
my
your
hand
mind.
here, and then I took it out, and it was one of those things where it's like it doesn't. If you were to like, if I were to open my hand and then the skin opens more, the blood comes gushing out. So I just kept my hand closed. It didn't need stitches because it wasn't a across the hand type of cut. It was in the
I don't see
hand type
anything
of
there.
cut. I don't either because I heal very.
Because it didn't happen. Okay.
Well, what happened?
I didn't realize you're one of these people.
I swear.
Oh, like one of those people that just makes up stuff. All right. You should have seen it. I thought I was gonna lose all of my fingers.
I did.
Oh.
It
And then nothing there.
because I heal very nicely.
I don't believe you.
I did.
You were probably playing with like one of those like play
I swear.
avocados that my kids have. Like it just like splits in half and you use like a fake wooden knife. That's what it sounds like to me. You can't cut
No.
yourself with that.
Although my friend did give me, after that happened, and I told her, she gave me a plastic like avocado cutter and like
Yeah.
one of those things. Yeah, so I use that now.
Now let me ask you this: did you cut someone else's sand? Were they cutting the avocado? You're like, let me jump in there, because I don't
I have no
believe you.
scar. Well, because I didn't need to go to the hospital. It wasn't like
But if that
stitches.
much blood came out, I feel like there would be something there.
It was a lot of blood.
All right, well, let's move on.
Josh is frustrated with it. He wanted a more. There is nothing there, but it happened. I promise.
Okay,
Promise on my Auntie Joyce.
if that's really her name. I'm not sure what's going on tonight. This is a very strange podcast. Talking about ghosts that you don't remember the name of, which we're not even sure really exists, and then fake cuts, fake cries for help.
I guess you'll never know.
No, I'm good. I'm okay. What's your next question, Deb?
I did have some answers from people on Instagram, so I'm gonna.
Oh, good.
I did, yeah. Okay, so let me go with our FOP, our friend of the podcast, Paul Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
He said,
Shout out to Paul.
"Yeah." He said, "Are you on Team Candy Corn?" And if you're not, what other horrible life decisions have you made? He says.
So let me make sure I'm clear. So he is on Team Candy Corn.
It sounds like it, yeah.
I like Paul, but that part I'm not so sure about Paul. I hate candy corn. I've said this before, and I'll say it again because I think it's worth repeating. I hate it so much.
Well, you've made horrible life decisions, according to Paul.
And you know what? I think we can still be friends, but it's just not on this one issue. No, yeah, candy corn to me. You know what? Now that I think about that, I feel like he has posted pictures of like holding a whole bowl of candy corn, and thinking, man, that looks gross. But yeah, candy corn. Same with the like the pumpkins that are still candy corn.
It's the same texture, same flavor.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Gross.
Same thing.
Never gonna like it. Do you remember? Actually, do you remember those like how in like school sometimes people would make the popcorn gloves with the like the witch fingers?
Yeah.
And I saw the candy corn there. I'm like, yeah, I'm not touching that popcorn. Any popcorn that touched that candy corn,
Done.
gone. Leave the fingernails in there. So,
my
do you like
God.
candy corn?
I used to like candy corn. I haven't had it in a long time. So in college, I was obsessed with it. And my friend's mom would just get me like bags and bags. Like when I would go visit, she would just have them like in my guest room ready. But like I haven't had them in a long time. I don't think they're gross. I would probably definitely eat a couple, but not as many as I used to eat. That's for sure. Like it was disgusting how many I used to eat. So
I think if you ate one, that's disgusting to me. But I do remember you saying
Okay.
that is gross. Yeah, so yeah, I accept that. If I made some bad life choices, I'm okay with that. Because no, pass on candy corn.
Okay, well, it's funny because one of Kaylin's questions, actually, like bouncing back up to Kaylin and her 1,000 questions she gave me, she said one of them was, "Is candy corn actually good, or are people brainwashed because that shit is gross?" That's what Kaylin said.
No, it's just gross. I mean, no matter how you cut it, it is disgusting. That's all I'm gonna say.
So we have candy. You're either a candy corn lover or you hate it. I don't think there's any.
There's probably not too much in between.
I don't think there's too much. I must be a candy corn lover then because I'll eat it. But it's been
That
a while.
explains
But
a lot.
I wouldn't. Right now to this day, like I wouldn't choose to buy it from a store and like eat it.
But if I gave you a whole bag,
I wouldn't eat the whole bag. I'd probably maybe eat a couple and then just be like, I'm done.
it's a
I'm
couple
good.
too many. All right. Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I actually found a list of. This was, I think, done in. It was this year, maybe September. They did a ranking of the worst candies
Okay.
that you could get, especially like around the holiday or the Halloween time. So number 10, I'm gonna go from 10 to 1. Number 10 is Tootsie Roll, which I disagree with. I like Tootsie Rolls. I don't see what's wrong with a Tootsie Roll.
I'm not a Tootsie Roll fan.
Okay, this makes more sense. A bit of honey. Can't say I've had it, but
Oh, I know. I had to think about what that was.
I'm not gonna. I mean, I've never had it. Probably never going to.
I feel like that's the one that like gets stuck in your teeth.
Yeah,
Is that what that one is?
I would guess so. It's
think
probably.
so.
I think it's like a hard candy.
Yeah.
I'm good on that. I mean, it is even a bit of honey sounds gross. You know what I mean? Licorice. Now I like red licorice. If you're talking black licorice, you're talking about poison. That is disgusting. Who likes? I mean, I don't trust anybody who likes like
No.
Good and Plenty, black licorice, candy corn.
Okay, literally all that. I don't know about the candy corn, but both of those Good and Plenty and black licorice, my brother-in-law loves both of them.
Oh. I don't know him, so I can't. I mean,
That's like his go-to candy. I don't know. The Good and Plenty, I don't know. I think I'm neutral, but the black licorice, I am like, I told my sister, I'm like, how? She's like, I don't know.
but isn't
He
it Good
likes
and Plenty
it.
is black licorice just
Is that
covered
what that is?
I think it's just covered in
Oh, I don't-
candy. So it's like I
The
don't-
flavor.
You can't surprise me. I know what you are. You're a little piece of black licorice. You're gross.
Gross.
So yeah, no, pass on black licorice. But again, if it's red licorice, I like red licorice.
Red licorice is good.
Red vine, red licorice. I'm
Yeah.
good with that. Mary Jane's. Oh no, Smarties. I like Smarties.
Yeah.
I don't think they're bad.
I'm just not a big candy person. I'd rather like give me a chocolate bar. I mean, I guess that is candy.
Yeah.
Like,
My goodness.
I don't like the sugary,
Cut.
the candy
We're done
that
here.
are like, no, I'm just saying like the Smarties, Good and Plenty, the sugary, anything. I would rather just have chocolate. Otherwise I'm not a
I'm with
candy
you.
person.
I'm with you on that. I like chocolate the most. So, yeah, Mary Jane's. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Never heard of
either.
that. Wax cola bottles.
What? Oh, okay. I know what that is.
That makes
yeah.
sense. I would be disappointed because even if you get the juice out of there, there's like no juice in there.
No,
It's like a drop.
no.
So I pass.
And then
I
do you
pass on
eat
that.
the wax? No, you don't
I
eat
bet
the
you
wax.
would.
I don't
You
remember.
seem like someone.
I probably did.
Just based on everything we've heard so far. I don't mean to just bash you this whole time, but sometimes I go into these podcasts thinking I'm not going to say anything mean to Deb, and then you speak, and then it's like I have to say something because I'm like I can't just let this stuff slide. But yeah, I can see you as a kid just throwing the whole thing in your mouth. She's like, Mom.
I'm like, man, this is part of the candy, isn't it?
Maybe I'm wrong.
It explains a lot.
Yeah, it does explain a lot. Peanut butter kisses. I'm not sure what that is.
Kisses.
Mhm.
Peanut butter cups.
That's
Those are good.
that's on the other list. Necco wafers.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a huge fan of those because they're like just like you're basically eating chalk. I feel. Candy corn was number 2, and number 1 was the circus peanuts. Which I can't. It's been a while since I've had the circus peanut, and it doesn't matter. Candy corn should be number 1 as the worst, but
Like just peanuts?
no,
What?
it's like they're like orange, and they're kind of like they look like they look really dry, kind of chalky.
Okay.
They're just like it's like a bright orange candy, but it looks like a peanut.
It's like a Nutter Butter.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Right. It's the shape of a Nutter Butter,
is-
but it's like just straight sugar.
Are they saying that's the worst candy?
That's what they say,
Oh, okay.
and they're wrong because it's candy corn, and then black licorice, and then probably the peanut. So.
And then good and plenty.
Yeah, which is also black licorice. It's like the little
Same.
it's like the little annoying brother.
category.
You put a different shirt on him, it's still licorice, black licorice. So that was the worst candy list, and then let's go to the best candy list real quick.
Okay.
Let's see.
Candy corn.
Well, actually, I had something too. They did the favorite candies by state,
Okay. Oh, okay.
which I thought was interesting. California. I'm not gonna go through all the states, but California was M&M's, Reese's, peanut butter cups, and Skittles.
Okay.
Skittles are. If I never had a Skittle again in my life, I'd be okay. I like Skittles, but I don't need them. You know what I mean? Like some
yeah.
people love Skittles. I don't
Yeah.
love Skittles. They're fine, but I'm like you said, I'm more of a chocolate
Like
person.
I'd rather have an M&M.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go that route.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, let's go to. Okay, what is the best Halloween candy in the U.S.? So this is what they said was the best. We'll go again, 10-1. Butterfinger.
Okay.
I like Butterfinger.
Yeah.
I don't like the big Butterfingers though. If you get like a king size Butterfinger,
That's too much.
it's way too much. The bite size one,
Bite size is
Perfect.
better. Yeah.
Kit Kat. Oh no, excuse me, Twix
Oh
would
yeah.
be next.
Twix.
I love Twix.
Mm-hmm.
Kit Kat. I love Kit Kats. Kit Kat's probably
Again,
my favorite.
these are all chocolates. This is why I'm like, yes.
See, that's why they're the favorite.
all the chocolates.
Hershey bar.
Okay.
Can't go wrong with a Hershey bar. Sour Patch Kids. I love Sour Patch Kids. That would be the one. That'd probably be my favorite non-chocolate candy. So Sour Patch Kids, Skittles, hot tamales. I do like hot tamales. It's kind of high on that list though. 3 is Snickers, 2 is M&Ms, and then 1 is Reese's peanut butter cups.
Number 1 is Reese's peanut butter cups. Is
Correct.
that what you said?
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, which I think
Okay.
that's a pretty solid list.
I think that's pretty.
My list would be a
accurate.
little bit different. And I mean, like I said, Skittles wouldn't be on there. I'd probably figure out some other chocolates. But it's not bad though.
There was one year where I don't know if it was around Halloween, probably not. Where I ate so many peanut butter cups. Like they'll have the different kinds. Like
Sure.
they'll have like like the little M&Ms. They have different
Oh, that's
types of peanut butter cups that
Yep.
they have now.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. I don't know how I got a hold of them, but I ate so many. I was just on my laptop one night. I think I was writing, and
Yeah.
I just had so many. I've never puked from eating too much food or candy. I puked that night.
Oh.
Like I had, like it was that.
Sure,
I
you
had
ate that
much. I just could
Interesting.
not be stopped. It just kept going. It just kept going.
Just eating with the wrapper on.
Yeah,
So it doesn't matter.
dude, because they're so good. I just like I can't trust myself to have those in my possession ever again after that.
You're right though. If you're talking about the one with the little Reese's pieces inside, oh, those are so good.
Yeah, there's all kinds. Yeah, either way, they're good.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Yeah.
They're delicious.
yes, I had a candy question too. I think.
All right, let's hear it.
What actually? Okay.
do
No,
like
let me
candy.
skip to this question.
It's a non-candy question.
Well, okay, because the candy question was one of Kaylin's. She said, "What's the best candy to find in your trick or treat bag?"
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna chalk it up to like I just like the chocolates. Give me all the chocolates. I
Yeah.
will gladly give away all my like Smarties or
Sure.
Skittles or whatever kind of candy that
Yep.
is. So
I'm with
Yeah.
you. I'd probably, like I said, I would go Kit Kat, Milky Way,
yeah, yep.
Three Musketeers.
Milky Way. Oh, Milky
Any of
Way's
those
the
I'm good with.
best. Milky Way's like gold.
Yeah. Snickers. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good
yeah.
with any of that stuff.
I'm going to. So there's two like of the same questions by two different people, but we'll just lump it into the same question. So, another friend of our podcast and one of our guests, Kenny Hill.
Kenny.
So he asked this question, and then also my friend and coworker Lindsay. Hello, mate. I don't know if she listens to it. I call her mate. We have an Australian accent together when we talk to each other.
Okay,
so
but she's not
I call
Australian?
her mate. No.
Okay.
I don't know where it started. We don't know. We don't remember.
It all tracks. Go ahead.
Yep.
I'm surprised you remembered her name. You also have a history of not remembering names.
Anyway,
Mate.
Hello, mate. Okay, so both of them asked the same question.
All
How old is too old to trick or treat? And Kenny even said, I say 11. That's what Kenny said. Lindsay didn't say.
That's pretty.
But how old is too old to trick or treat?
I think Kenny's probably right. Yeah, I would. Because my first thought would have been like 12.
Yeah.
11, 12.
Yeah.
I think probably whatever sixth grade is.
Yeah. Middle. So like.
I'd be okay with middle school too, though. Depends. Here's the problem. It depends on the kid, because if you're some kid that's coming with like full facial hair, it's like I'm in 8th grade.
No.
Like, really?
Yeah.
Where are your kids? Because I feel like you're walking your kids around trick or treating.
Well, and I feel like there's older siblings that will take like their younger like if you're in middle or high school and you're walking your little elementary school siblings or whatever, or maybe your whole family is just trick or treat. But if I were to ever open my door and I see teenagers whom I see every day, so I get out of here with your pillowcase bag. You're way too old for this.
You know what my mom does?
Huh.
And she's done this for years. I don't know if she's done this for years. I think she does some form of it, but one year, because she was getting a lot of high school age kids, older kids, and she'll still give them something, but it's not going to be anything crazy. So what she started doing is she went to Costco and got the king size candy bars for the little kids, and then like the little tiny miniature ones for the older kids. And because of the way she has it set up, they can kind of see the tray that she has by the door. And I think there's been times where like the high school kids are like, well, what about those? She's like, oh no, those are for the little kids. You get this. Have a nice night. They just go on their way. And then she'll have kids, try to double down. It's like, no. I know this game. Get out of here. So, but yeah, it was pretty funny. And then you see like the massive like smile and eyes on this 5-year-old or 6-year-old that's getting this massive candy bar. So yeah, she used to do that.
Yeah. Those were the best. But yeah, I think, I would say 11 too is too old.
Yeah, I said, I'd probably go 11, 12. I think, I could be convinced of 13. I could be convinced of that. But
yeah,
I think what's high school is probably for me would be the clear.
Oh, for sure.
For clear cutoff probably.
Yeah.
But now that being said, I've had some at our house. I've had a group of high schoolers come up, which is always a little bit weird.
So fun.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It's a different. I'm not gonna lie. It's just a different feeling having like a bunch of just almost grown people come to your door, asking for candy. You know what I mean? And I think this plays a part too, because
this is when I wish we had a mute button on Zoom, because I'm like going through a coughing fit right now.
You good? You have
Good. I got water.
Okay. Yep. This is where. And I'm not gonna edit this either. This is all in there.
Okay, I'm good.
You sure?
Yes.
All right, good.
I'm just crying. That's all.
I feel like last time we did Zoom, I was choking.
I had to hit mute on the last one that we did with I think with Crystal.
Okay.
I don't know if I coughed or sneezed or something or whatever, but like I never hit mute. But just now I had a tickle in my throat and I was like, oh shit. Just mute. But it's all good. Okay, I'm good.
All right, we're good.
Okay. I mean, I have lots more questions still.
Okay. Oh,
Okay,
one more thought on the costume thing, or the trick or treat thing. The older kids, I think one of the issues too is that sometimes the effort in the costume goes way down, and that makes it even tougher to give candy to an older kid when they come to the door and it's like Jim from The Office, where he's whatever the name, Dave or whatever his name was. I'm like, come on, man.
Just a Dave.
Like if you're gonna do this, at
or
least
3-hole
go
punch,
for
Jim.
it. That's
yeah.
what. Yeah, 3-hole punch. Like if you're gonna do it, you have to really put some effort into it. We're back. Deb's stupid ghost. Actually, if it's your aunt, I probably shouldn't have said that. Respectfully, the ghost made things difficult because the camera shut off because it was too hot. So,
I'm telling you.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm kind of bummed that you told me it might be your aunt, because now I feel like I can't say as much.
Again, I think I just say that to make myself feel better and more safe when weird things happen, because I'm like,
sure, that makes sense.
Annie Joyce, stop it. Like, stop. Little jokester you. And then
This feels. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
This feels like one of those movies where a bunch of stuff's going on, and the main character is seeing ghosts or seeing visions and all this stuff, and you're thinking that, whatever they're dealing with is crazy, but then it turns out that the person actually themselves is crazy, and the stuff they're seeing. You know what I'm talking about? Kind of like what was that movie? Joker. I don't know if you saw Joker, but like in that movie, there's this girl that he's like in love with. Well, at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, you find out she's not even real. And that he is in fact crazy, and all this stuff he's seeing isn't even real, and he's just a psychopath.
So am I the psychopath?
Yes, I think you would. In this case, you would be. Like, I'm not convinced the ghosts are real. I'm not convinced your hand cutting was real.
So
I'm not
maybe
convinced.
in the movie scenario, I'm the killer then.
Maybe.
I'm more concerned that you're going through like mid 2000 Jennifer Loves Hewitt's like filmography, because client list, massage therapy.
Ooh, that's a good call. Ghost Whisperer.
So you're just like running
And
through her IMDb, just becoming Jennifer Love Hewitt's character.
was she in one of the slasher movies too? Was she in?
Wasn't she in?
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, I was gonna say she was in. I know Jordan's on to something.
That's a good call.
You just never know. Good job, Jordan. That was good.
Good job, Jordan. You might be the first on Deb's kill list now because you figured out the mystery. So run.
I know where you live.
She does. No, you don't. You don't have to be worried, because every time that Deb, remember there used to be nights where you would record at my house, and it never failed. Every like 2 hours before, she's like,
Where do you
"Can you
live?"
send me Can you send me your address again?" So she doesn't know where you live. She's not gonna be able to find you.
I don't know how to get there. I'm one of those people that will plug in my location almost every time, even if I am like 99% like I know how to get there, because I want to dodge traffic. 'Cause
Sure.
there have been times where I'm like, I don't need my GPS. I know how to get there. And then, of course, that one time where I don't, I hit like there's an accident. And if I put it on my GPS, it would have taken me around it. So
Sure.
partially that's why. But for your house specifically, yeah, I don't remember how to get there.
It was like week after week. Like, where is this? Like, I just sent you this last week.
What's your address again?
All right. What else? What other
Okay.
questions do you have for us?
Okay, hang on.
Oh, actually, hold on. Did you just do one, or what were we talking about?
So that was how old is too old to trick or treat,
Okay,
from
perfect.
Lindsay and Kenny. They both asked the same question.
Thank you.
Okay.
We'll wrap that question.
And then, yes, wrapped. Okay, so on Instagram, last one on Instagram, Coach Zavala.
Coach.
He said, why do we or people celebrate Halloween? And he said, don't laugh, but seriously, why?
You're 100% right, Coach. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if I have a.
We don't know.
I'm with you, man.
There's
I don't
a
get
history
it.
there.
And Coach has a young kid too, so
Yeah.
that would be like right around that trick or treating age.
Yeah.
So,
He's probably like, oh, why do we have to do this?
yeah. Well, he's also he's a football coach. Coach Zavala is a football coach, so
Yeah.
that's like right in the middle of your season too. So that the whole thing is just probably a nightmare.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. Well, and just like the whole question of like, why do we trick or treat? Like, there's history. There's something there. Obviously, it started somewhere way back when. I don't know. But
Sure.
it's just become. And is it, and here's my question to piggyback off his, is it just, and call me ignorant, it's not going to be the first time someone, but like, is it just America? Like, who celebrates Halloween?
What just happened there?
I don't know.
Why did you do that?
I feel like it's a
I
dumb
thought you did.
question.
I thought you just dealt with something right there. I was like, not the
I
first
did.
time someone called me ignorant. Like, what? That was. See, we went personal for a second. What is going on right now? It just.
Well, I'm not telling you, so many times a day I'll say out loud or to myself, like, oh my God, you're so dumb. Like, so many times, just because I'll ask myself a question and then I'll solve it 10 seconds later and I'll be like, that was dumb.
Okay.
So anyway, but yes.
Continue.
It's not just us, right? Is it other countries? I don't know.
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know. Do you know, Jordan? I don't know.
I was
Anyway,
worldwide,
it's a
almost
world.
worldwide.
Worldwide.
Yeah, because it goes back historically. Yeah, I don't know.
I guess
Anyway,
I will say this. Though, I guess it would depend on some countries may not
yeah.
be as keen on the idea of doing Halloween. I guess it depends on. I guess like because there's probably like a spiritual element in some of those things. Like depending on how like obviously there's certain countries like if like if voodoo is present or something, they may not be thrilled about the idea of people like dressing up as some kind of like monster. I don't know. Like that might play a part too.
Yeah.
I think it is mainly is a lot of countries, but like there are different versions. So like Mexico, like
Dia
it's
de
Dia
los Muertos, yeah.
Muertos.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Day of the
that's
Dead.
cultural. Yeah,
Yeah.
They do something
Culture.
similar.
Yeah, that's true.
that's interesting.
I like that theme.
I don't know if the word history has been mentioned as many times on this podcast
I
as
s-
tonight. It's been mentioned a lot.
I think I'm
Good
on
for
a
you, making
history
this-
kick because I'm listening to that podcast that Tali told me about. It's called Morbid,
Oh,
and
okay.
these two girls talk about these past true crime, or like right now I'm listening to like a witch trial in like Sweden. Like they go historically, they go back and they try to like objectively solve the crime if it hasn't been solved. It's
Okay.
really interesting. Anyway, so
Interesting.
that's the mode I'm in right now, fitting for Halloween. But I understand Coach's question because it's like, why are we doing this again?
And Coach, to your point, man, I don't consider it a holiday.
Well, I mean, it's not recognized as like we don't get like a day off of work, like that type of holiday.
Right. It's the
Like,
same as it's like Valentine's Day, Halloween.
Yeah.
Like people celebrate it, they have fun with it, but I don't consider it like a legit holiday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely, I think it's very commercialized, obviously.
Sure.
It's just like, I think
Sure.
it's just a reason just to like party for a day. I don't know.
I don't even do that, so it's like there's really
Yeah.
nothing in it for me.
Yeah.
I get to dress up like a Ninja Turtle.
I do like watching like the movies like Casper or like I like,
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus.
Sure.
Like I'm not into like the murdering, killing Thrasher, especially the paranormals. Like I will not. I don't. That's
Yeah, it's
No.
all that stuff. I'm not
So,
interested. Blair
yeah.
Witch Project.
I like the fun little innocent family.
That's the way.
Halloween-y-
That's the way to do it.
Halloween movies.
Let me see. Okay, so this one's from Rachel, my wife. She said least favorite Halloween item or decoration.
Least favorite.
Yeah, least favorite. I think anything that, well, any life-size thing is weird to me. So it's like a life-size. There's a place that we live near has a life-size killer clown,
Yeah.
or maybe it's not a killer clown. No, I think it's a clown. It's a clown, but it's like a full-size person. So when you're driving at night, it's a little weird
Yeah.
because it's a real, like the size of a real person. So that's kind of weird to me. But I think as far as decorations, anything that makes that shrieking sound, like
Oh, like sounds. Oh hell. Oh no.
it's too much. And it's not even because it's scary. It's just because it's annoying.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to hear this.
I would say this. I didn't even think of the sounds, but I like that. I would hate that
Because
too.
yeah, I'm in Spirit Halloween. Every time someone walks through that door, it's like,
Yeah.
like, oh, shut the doors. At least while I'm in here, I don't want to hear this anymore. And the other kid that keeps pressing the button, like, hey, someone get a hold of this kid. Tell him to stop.
Yeah, no. I hate the giant spiders that people put on their lawns. Like,
Oh,
I just
that's
don't
true.
like spiders in general. Like, so.
I don't like snakes.
Snakes don't bother me.
Oh, so you're a snake lady. That is so much. You're literally like a walking Halloween lady.
With the,
With some of the interests you have and stuff like that. Like,
but I don't like snakes. I'm just not afraid of reptiles. Like, I'm not afraid to, like, I've had.
hold them.
I'm not afraid
Okay.
of snakes, but insects. No thanks. I'm like a half in, half out Halloween person. Like I enjoy the festivities. I like the fun of it. But I don't like. Obviously, I'm not all the way on the dark side. Where like in the cemetery on Halloween night, like seances and stuff.
Have you gone through a cemetery at nighttime?
Have you?
No,
Oh.
come on.
Have you, Jordan? Oh, okay.
Not gonna do that.
No.
That seems silly. And you know what? Can I tell you something too? I'm not concerned about walking through a cemetery at night because of the headstones and all of that. I'm concerned about the crazy person that's hanging out in the cemetery that I might run into.
Yeah.
Because anybody who's just hanging out there is
Yeah.
concerning.
Well, people steal things too. It's so sad. Like people will steal like flowers and shit or whatever from cemeteries.
I'm still more concerned about the murder, but I can see what you're saying. That would be very sad. But I think we went very different directions.
I know.
So
I'm thinking of people stealing stuff. You're like, nope. I'm thinking. Of
no,
someone
like I'm
murdering
just
me.
thinking of a guy that's like sleeping by, some gravesite. Maybe it was for a very sweet reason, but
That's still creepy.
yeah, I don't want to see some guy like, hey, how you doing? What? Mm-mm. He can steal whatever he wants. Don't touch me.
Oh, Caitlin has more questions. I don't know if you want me to ask them.
Yeah, let's do
I
a
can
few more.
Okay, I
What
can run.
time-wise?
I can
Yes.
run through them really quick.
Two.
Okay,
Maybe
no.
one for each. So.
Okay. Well, let's do yours, Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a follow up. I think last year I asked this because I think last year on the podcast not bouncing, but you were the front person.
I do. I take cover money.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I thought it would get weird on Halloween. Did it get weird last year? And what was like the weirdest thing you saw?
Oh, well, it wasn't. We didn't. It wasn't on on the actual Halloween day that we recorded, right?
No.
Was that
No, but I
okay?
think you were planning on being there for Halloween.
Again.
And man, Deb can't remember how she got here today.
I swear. No, I'm not joking. This is really. I can't remember things from a few weeks ago. It's not
What's my name?
Jordan and Josh. I'm just kidding. Josh and Jordan.
That's not a funny joke because it happens all the time.
If you're not watching, I just pointed to the opposite one.
I've been called Ashley before. That happens.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah. And I'm not lying.
Nothing crazy because I nothing that stands out.
Boo.
Some really, girls definitely go out of their way to wear almost nothing.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. For all
You talked to the
Halloween.
right audience.
Yes. So that's about it. I think it was definitely just a normal night. Like some people get bounced and for drinking too much, and it wasn't again, I don't remember anything crazy, but I don't remember it being like super busy, super busy. But definitely a lot of costumes where I'm like, aren't you freezing, sweetie? But that's
Sweetie?
that's you freezing, sweetie.
How old are you? Just giving like walking around with blankets.
I'm like went into teacher mode. I'm like, you should cover up.
Because a lot of these people are younger than you, or around the same age.
Yeah, a little younger, my age, a little older. Like there's
The older one's
a
sad.
huge range.
The older one's tough, and I hope we don't have any listeners that fall in that category. But when you see an older person, man or woman, doesn't matter, that walks out of the house on Halloween that looks like they're part of a frat or sorority, it's tough because let's be honest, the body's not the same as back then. And so some of the costumes, like, oh, I have nightmares for different reasons. You shouldn't be wearing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've seen it a couple times. It's tough.
Yeah. It's but yeah, but
Deb can't even say anything. She just made a face.
but very little clothing. But yeah.
Yeah.
But that's like a typical night out there anyway.
So not much different.
Not much different.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Do you have another one?
Yeah, so for you, because you're in an office setting, I feel like it's more common in an office setting. What do we think about like the ironic costumes? Like the person that's like, they have like a cucumber costume and they have like a portable fan. There's like, hey, look, I'm a cool cucumber. There's something stupid like that. Because I talked to a girl last year and like that's all she did. Like she thought it was like a great idea and like she would do that type of stuff. And it's like, don't quit your day job.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Is it like one of those things where you kind of have to you have to get?
It's like
You'd have to guess. Oh yeah, that's.
No, I'm not. Well, as someone
over
who's
my head for
not
sure.
smart. Yeah, I'm not. I prefer it just to be like out there, like exactly what the bid is. I don't really like the idea of because I've seen people do that before. They dress up as like code, like computer code and stuff like that. And
Oh.
they're just like, what is this? And like, computer code. And if they laugh harder than you laugh, that's part of the problem. And I've seen that before. It's like, okay, cool. I'm sorry I asked. And so I think, I am not a huge fan of that. I would prefer it just being like very simple and straightforward. And it's different. Like if I can't tell, like if you're dressed up as something and I can't tell what you are, just because I don't know the reference, that's fine. That's not a big deal. But when you're, the ironic part, it's tough.
Never plays well.
I don't think so. And it's never, and like you said, it's never as funny as they think it's going to be.
Yeah.
And it's usually like, oh, all right, cool. Which is not the response you want at all, but that's just me. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of that.
I love I don't know if that was the end of your question or not, Jordan, but like I was gonna say I love the dinosaur blow up costumes with like the
Those are
little
funny.
T-Rex arms.
I
And
actually
how they walk around. I don't know why I think it's so funny.
I actually almost got one that was a blow up costume, but then I didn't realize it had like a little fan. I wasn't sure how it worked. Has the fan in it? Like that's not gonna be great for podcasting.
So funny.
But it was of a guy sitting on a toilet. Oh, that would have been perfect, but I'm like, no, the fan's gonna drive me nuts.
Yeah.
Like my OCD as far as this podcast would go crazy. It's like, zzz,
There's another one. It's a blow up, and it looks like an alien is holding you.
Yes.
Oh my god, so my kids will wear them. Like last
That's
year, I
funny.
remember those as costumes,
Yeah.
and I don't know why I thought it was so funny. Just like cracking up at the blow up costumes.
I know, I saw that one last year on Instagram, but the guy was bending over a car.
Like as a blow up costume?
No, with
These-
with the alien in
Oh,
front of
yeah,
him
yeah.
or behind him.
Oh my god.
Like hold it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's-
So
that's funny.
I like those, the ones that like, it looks like something's happening, but obviously not because you're standing up and walking,
Right.
but like
Those are very funny.
yeah,
I'm with you
I
on
like
that.
those. One of Kaylin's questions was what's the worst slutty Halloween costume? I don't know. how to
Probably me
answer
dressed up
that.
like a hooker or a fairy princess. Huh.
I'll second that.
Trying to think.
I'll second that, like a guy like I think that's funny though.
No, I
Guys
was
do
kidding.
that.
And let me be very clear. When I dress up as the lady of the night, I look great. Yeah. I would look okay as a woman, right?
Yes. Jordan, are you listening to your brother?
Oh, I know what he thinks. He's seen it.
Um,
I'm trying to think.
I don't know. Worst.
It gets well.
I mean, there's.
I'm trying
I
to
feel
think.
like you can make. I feel like you can make any costume slutty. I guess these days.
Sure.
Not
I think it
trying
gets
to-
weird.
Not
Like
trying
I
to
said,
slut shame anybody, but like just that people know we know what we're talking about. Like
it's fine.
you basically
If
wear
you're
a
that
bikini,
offended by this podcast, you shouldn't be.
like you can
listening.
wear a bikini and put some bunny ears on or something, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Sure. I'm trying to think. I
I
think
don't
we're
know what the worst one would be though.
well. Like again, maybe this might be my parent hat again, but like I think it's weird when you take something like a kid's thing, and it turns into like if you have like what is that?
It's a Girl Scout. Don't touch my cookies. That's weird to me.
Girl Scouts. How much is that? Oh, I thought it was that's the
showing a
that's the costume code. I thought it was the price. Like
It-
1,600.
Don't touch my cookies.
Circa 2013. That's
Oh.
Right.
me.
I would say
Okay.
Like,
if that was the price for that costume, like you're not looking at a costume store, sir. You were looking at like a dark web website.
Yeah, that's a.
Yeah, the Girl Scouts tough.
I'm
but
trying
see,
to
like,
think
stuff
of
like
what I've
that.
seen though. I can't. I'm like trying to.
Yeah, so I think for me where it gets weird is like when it's like you're taking a more innocent thing
Yeah.
and then making it slutty is weird to me. So like
Yeah.
I don't need to see like sexy Dora the Explorer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the backpack has a bunch of sex toys. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm-
I don't need that.
I more so like and appreciate the realist costumes, like when they you do all this face paint to make it look like you don't look like yourself.
Sure.
Or like like the moldings of face or whatever. If it like is realistic looking and you change your whole feature, I think that those are the best. The slutty costumes are easy. They're just whatever. That's just an excuse to go out and club and whatever. And
Yeah.
those can be fun for people. But I
Sure.
appreciate the ones that like you're like unrecognizable.
Well, it's like, and my wife put me onto this. Heidi Klum. I don't know if you.
Oh yeah.
It's like a big thing now. Every year, her costumes are wild.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw a clip on Instagram yesterday, and I think she was dressed up as like an earthworm, like a.
Yeah.
And then-
yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? And then they showed some of the other ones, but it's like obviously she has some resources that other people don't,
Right.
and can hire
Yeah.
crazy makeup artists. But yeah, to your point, like you look
Yeah.
at her costumes, like I don't even know who this person
Who's
is.
that? Yeah, exactly. yeah. I think
But
those
yeah,
are cool.
so I don't know if we really answered the question, but yeah,
Meh.
like I said, I guess my answer would be anything like again, if you're taking cartoon characters, like
Yeah.
it gets a little bit weird for me,
Yeah.
if you make them a little bit more slutty, but
Yeah. There you go.
you know,
Yeah.
that's
Well-
just my thought.
Well, one more from her, and this might be probably will be my last one.
Okay.
Best Halloween movie.
Okay, so this one I do enjoy, but it's like a spoof
Okay.
of a Halloween movie, and we've watched it because it's just so ridiculous and so silly.
Mm-hmm.
But Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
What?
It's very silly. It's very dumb. I want to say it was in the 80s, maybe.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just these clowns come down in like this big circus tent, and it's a spaceship, and they just start killing people. But it's such a silly idea that it's like when you watch it, you're just we just laugh the whole time. Because,
That's your best Halloween movie?
Oh yeah. What's wrong with that? How dare you? Oh my gosh, Deb.
I'll have to watch it.
No, don't watch it.
What's it called again?
I'm not gonna tell you. My feelings are hurt. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That is so wild.
Yeah, because I don't, like I said, I don't do the Night of the Living Dead was pretty good, like the original. I enjoyed that one, but I'm not I don't really watch horror movies,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really care about Hocus Pocus. things like that.
Okay, I was gonna say I love Hocus Pocus, but
Yeah.
if we're gonna go on a horror side, I think Scream is just a classic, and I'm not. Scream is one of the ones where it's like it's not scary to me. It's just so dumb. Like,
Did you see the new one?
Okay, which ones? I get confused. Which one is Scream 5 the newest one, or did they make another one? Because they keep making.
I have no. Whatever just came out, was it this past year? It came out.
No, I haven't seen it then.
Okay.
Okay, no.
I haven't
God,
seen
they
any of
keep
them.
making them. Okay, well, I've seen all of them up until I think or most of them. I saw the one with Emma Roberts in it.
Okay.
And that was when she was Sydney's niece or something. That was a twist. That was like I did not see that coming. That was actually a good one.
Okay.
But yeah, the costume of the Scream guy is stupid. Like it's so dumb.
It's stupid unless you're the person who created that, because that person did so well. Because when that movie first came out, that's all you saw. It was wild.
Well, but because so from Scream, of course, then Scary Movie emerged, and
Sure.
I think because I
Have
watched
seen Scary Movie.
more of that
Yeah.
in all of the scary movies, I can't take the Scream guy seriously anymore.
That makes sense.
Because
makes
I think
sense.
I watched so much of that. But Scream is classic, but I love Hocus Pocus. The
Okay.
first one, and they did a remake. Their remake was pretty good.
Oh yeah, that was last year, right?
The second, yeah.
Yeah.
That I was thoroughly like impressed with how they closed it out and how they ended it too.
Okay.
It was good.
Yeah.
I liked it. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. Not big in the other movies though.
Yeah.
Like Nightmare Before, or not Nightmare Before Christmas. That's not what I meant. I don't like that movie either. But a Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th,
yeah.
like any of those,
Eh.
kick rocks. I'm not interested.
Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay, you probably don't let your girls watch it, but why do children like that movie? My nephew is 3.5, and he sings the theme song. He just walks around singing it, and my sister just shrugs her shoulders. She's like, I don't know. She's like, I don't, because we grew up, we didn't like that movie growing up, but he loves it, and he is always like, and especially because Halloween's coming up.
Yeah.
He walks around making the spooky ghost noise, like woo. He keeps doing that. I'm like, what are you doing? And then he'll wake up in the middle of the night and tell my sister, there's a boogeyman under my bed. I saw a ghost. I saw.
San
Just
Joyce.
saying. Just saying. So
Sorry,
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be disrespectful towards Aunt Joyce.
Any Joyce.
Wish you
It's
wouldn't
okay.
have said that.
She would think it's funny.
I hope so. On her haunting me.
Yeah. She's watch out. She's gonna play a trick on you next.
I'm like, please go back to Deb's house.
They're all for fun.
Okay.
None
Sure.
of them have scared me yet, but again, I think I just say that to myself so that I don't get scared.
Makes sense. To your point, though, something is super creepy in movies when there's a kid involved.
Mm-hmm.
Like kids in horror movies are creepy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If like you went into a dark room and you saw like a little kid sitting there, just staring at you.
Oh hell no.
You know what I mean?
Oh no.
Or like I
No.
don't know, like wearing like a
I
little
don't do
suit,
that.
like it would creep me out.
I don't do the little kids.
I feel like kids are creepy in movies. Kids are creepy in haunted houses.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
yeah, it is funny. It's funny that your nephew loves that movie, because that would be terrifying if you just saw him or heard him singing that song in the dark.
Okay, and I don't know what is normal for kids or whatever when they're like, I don't know, but I did see one time on his baby monitor, even like a few years ago, so he 1 or I don't know, almost 2 or whatever. He just gets up in the middle of the night, and you can see him you can see him laughing and like waving at someone. I don't. It's just creepy. I'm like, oh my god.
I feel like kids do that. Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
Because we had that before, where we'd be at the table and one of our daughters would just look out the window. Like,
Oh no.
like, what is going on? Who's out there? And just like, nothing.
No. It's
Messing with me. Yeah, but I think kids just do that sometimes. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know, but then you hear things like children and the animals can like see ghosts. You never heard that?
No, yeah, I've heard that.
Oh.
I don't believe it, but I've heard it.
He's like, it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. I don't know.
Just walking down
No.
the hall terrified. Like, what was that?
I know.
The dog saw something.
Oh no. In that same apartment, my dog, when she was still alive, she would just be staring down the hall, and I'm like, come here. I was like, Molly, come here. Just get over here. I don't know what you're looking at, but you better get back in this room.
Just
So,
pretend like it's not there.
I just pretend like it's not there.
That makes sense. That's like when you're little, when you're like a younger little kid, you feel like if you cover yourself with a blanket, that you're good.
Oh yeah.
I still feel like that sometimes. I just cover myself. No one can find me in here. You know what I mean?
I just sleep with the TV on all night long.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, if it turns off, I turn it back on
Oh.
every single time.
Okay.
It puts me back to sleep. Yeah, you too, Jordan. Yep.
No, I don't. But
Oh.
I agree with the logic.
Yeah. It's just on.
It's like a hotel move. I'll do that.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway.
All right. Did you have any more questions?
No, that was it. I think I got through all of them.
I think I got all of mine too.
Yeah.
I
That was
think
it.
a couple that were some like similar repeats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's.
But the articles were fun to look up. That manor, that McCamey, man, that is just insane. Sorry, I keep thinking about that haunted house.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go
It's
anywhere. I'm like,
insane.
potentially gonna die for that.
I swear.
No way.
You should watch the. I'm gonna watch the documentary now.
I was gonna say we should do it. I'm like, I don't think you listened to anything I said. I'm not doing it.
I'm gonna watch it. I think.
I don't care how
It's
many
on Hulu.
podcast views it would get. Yeah, let me know how it is.
Okay.
Yeah, let me know how it is. This feels like something we're gonna look back on like next year, and Deb's like, "Hey, exciting news! I'm gonna be going to this
I've
mansion."
applied for
Like
it.
this just sounds like the makings of something like that. Like I feel like this has happened before. You know what I mean? And I'm just wondering if that's how this is gonna end up.
Oh, we'll see.
It's like I feel like Deb's.
We'll
I
see.
think Deb's testing the waters here. Like, what do these guys think about
Just
it?
curious. I'm just gonna do some more research.
Yeah, just more research. All of a sudden, Deb starts saving money. How much does it cost? Did they say?
No, it just said what the money that you can win if you get through all of it. If you get through the night, whatever.
Because
that
I imagine
means.
it would cost something.
I'm
participate,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hmm.
I'm sure. Well, because there's a lot of. I mean, that probably will appeal to a huge, like a population of people who like that. Stuff.
Sure.
So I'm sure there's like even to like get in.
Right.
I'm sure I didn't see it though. Maybe it's on their website. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's
there's-
wild that no one's completed it.
Yeah, it says no one has yet. So, which makes me question what do you do? what kind of things are they having them do? And it
Yeah.
must be that bad to where no one's completed it yet.
Yeah. And then if at some point someone does complete it, it makes you really question that person.
Oh yeah.
Like, what kind of darkness did you have in you? It's
They
like
have no emotion. They have no feeling. They
it's
don't have a
walking out
soul,
like
they're just
this was
kinda
a lot of
going
fun. I enjoyed this. Like what? That would be concerning.
I could see my friend Jen doing that, only because she laughs in horror movies.
There you go, Jen. Sign up for it. Let us
She
know.
said she likes scary movies because she's like, I think they're so dumb. They're so like, she's like, I just laugh, and I'm like, oh my god, like I can't even pretend to laugh though. Like I can't even watch some of them. She just laughs.
Some of them are pretty gruesome.
Yeah. I think Jen might be able to do it. I'm gonna tell her about it.
Yeah, let her know, and then let us know how it goes. Well, come back next Halloween.
Yeah.
Is it just a Halloween thing, or is it all year?
I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. I'm not doing it. It doesn't matter. So, all right. Well, this has been a fun Halloween episode.
Yeah.
I need to get this costume off because I'm going to die. It's very hot.
I'm telling you. The ghost.
I don't think it has anything to do with my costume, but you keep your ghosts and your ghost stories. Deb, where can they follow us on social media?
Oh god. Okay. Twitter at Connectable. Oh my god.
Oh no, it was the ghost again. The ghost gets her every
I was gonna
week.
say Character Combine.
Okay, I'll
Wow.
combine.
Let's try this again. Twitter at Connectable Pod, at Connectable Podcast on all of their social media.
Yep.
Wow.
Make sure you.
You're not cutting any of this, are you?
No, absolutely not. Too much work. Like when we were choking earlier, I will not cut that.
Oh man,
So,
what a day.
yep. All right. Well, yeah. So make sure you follow and subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and YouTube as well. And if you would be so kind, please give us a 5-star rating and review. We've been stuck on 22. As you know, I've mentioned it multiple times. Please, I'd be happy with 23 at this point. But if we can get to 30, that would be awesome. But just give us a couple more ratings and reviews, please. And don't say you're going to do it and then not do it. As I said before, one lady did that, didn't appreciate it. And so just give us a real review. That's all I ask.
I feel like this one will get us to 23.
Oh, I'm sure. Maybe the ghost can write a review for us. All right. We will see you guys next week.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for watching the show. If you enjoyed that episode, make sure you like it, share it, and hit the subscribe button to get a new episode every week. We'll see you next time on the Connectable Podcast.